Hi guys, welcome back to GP Reactions. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and a big jolly big thank you to everyone that has subscribed. I really do appreciate that. So I'm back to reacting to some Genesis, and this is one that just kind of jumped straight out at me. And it follows having checked my brother. Now I don't know whether this particular album or the particular track from this album is part of a concept. So I'm a little bit thinking, should I have maybe just kind of had a quick, proper in-depth look at it, look at the album and see if it is a concept album or not. But nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and react to this anyway. So Ripples is the track, and it was taken from the album A Trick of the Tail, and this was a 1976 album, which I believe was the first album they made after the departure of Peter Gabriel. And of course we still have the other four musicians. We have Steve Hackett, and we have Mike Rutherford, we have Tony Banks on keyboards, and of course we have Phil Collins on lead vocals and drums. I believe the little bit that I did read about this album was that it's kind of based on a poem by John Crowe Ransom, which is called Blue Girls, and it's about beauty fleeting. So that might be a spoiler for me, I'm not sure, but yeah, this is an 8-minute track, and hopefully I won't get blocked or anything on this. So looking forward to this. I will be taking some notes. I think it's kind of important with these Genesis tracks to try and listen out for transitions and changes and stuff like that. So and you never quite know what to expect, but here goes. 3, 2, 1, click play.
Blue girls come in every size. Some are wise and some otherwise. They got pretty blue eyes. For now a man may change. For now her face looks strange. Looks strange, looks strange.
Just gonna say, what a beautiful start to this track. It's it just feels as delicate as fine lace or something like that. That's just a really dumb thing to say, but it just kind of feels very delicate and fragile. I'm gonna take that back because I didn't know what to expect, and that kind of crept up on me a little bit. I don't know why I expected it to come in, because the other two tracks I heard were quite, I think were quite, if I remember, they were jaunty. They were quite, yeah, they were quite lively tracks. But I didn't. I mean, I shouldn't really expect the unexpected, I should say, with Genesis. So I'm just taking this back to the start, and I'll try and listen a bit further in this time without pausing.
Blue girls come in every size. Some are wise and some otherwise. They got pretty blue eyes. For now a man may change. For now her face looks strange. Looks strange, looks strange. Marching to the promised land, where the honey flows and takes you by the hand, pulls you down on your knees while you're down a pool of pills. The face in the water looks up, and she shakes her head as if to say that it's the last time you'll look like today. Away. launched 1,000 ships is sinking fast. That happens, you know. The water gets below. Seems not very long ago. Lovelier she was than any that I know. Angels never know it's time to close the book and gracefully decline. The song has found a tale. My, what a jealous fool is she. The face in the water looks up. She shakes her head as if to say that the blue girls have all gone away.
Just going to pause it there. I do apologise. I just wanted to mention before it completely went out my mind, I just love the way that the initial verse is then followed by like a sort of transitional verse which builds us into the chorus, and it's beautiful because it's like, it feels to me like it's loaded with, it's got suspense in it, it's got anticipation, it's tinged with sadness. I did notice there's a change in the piano. I'm not sure what the notes were, but a couple of really deep notes there, and it just kind of gave you that depth of sadness that, I don't know, you might feel like when you look in a mirror at yourself. And I love the idea of seeing how time is passing by and that you're not going to be as old, you're going to be older than you were today, and it's just such a beautiful. And Phil Collins' voice as well, and this is just, I mean, I've heard him sort of sing on earlier tracks, but this really kind of shows how he's like developing his voice into this group, and he's got that softness and real delicateness to his voice, but then he's starting to find those really kind of like higher notes as well. So he's starting to kind of find his range, I think, with Genesis, and it's just fantastic to listen to. So far, it's such a dramatic song, and I love the way Genesis do that when they build stuff up, and then just as you think that's about it, they kind of build it up again, and it sort of takes you to another place, and then we have a chorus, and then that kind of builds it up, and then the drums just came in, which I really liked, because it feels like it's building up into something epic. We're only 4 minutes in, got another 4 minutes to go. Where is this song going to go? Who knows? Let me just take that back. Exciting stuff.
Dive to the bottom and go to the top to see where they've gone. Are they gone to the other side?
that was a masterpiece. Again, another masterpiece from Genesis, and wow, that took me to places I didn't expect. Um, I loved the I loved the way it started, very soft, very delicate. I loved the build into the through the verses into the chorus. Um, and then they did that instrumental section again. That's so becoming such a I'm getting used to that now in Genesis, that to expect something amazing in between, but that made me feel so emotional, and it was just like really kind of laced with, so it felt so sad when it started. It's hard to put into words what I did actually feel shivers down my on my arms, and so I know that it really moved me, and I was getting a little bit teary at one point. It's such a beautiful, beautiful masterpiece. This was. I think I used that word when I spoke about Fair for Fifth and maybe a couple of others. The way they can create something like this. His voice was just beautiful. It was so delicate, and yet had a kind of ethereal sort of power to it as well. It didn't when I guess when there is a difference between when Peter Gabriel sings and when Phil Collins sings. I love Peter Gabriel's announcement of what's the word I'm looking for? I love the way he really sort of emphasizes every consonant that he sings, and it really lends the weight to a lyric. But I also love the way Phil Collins can feel like he's singing from like another place. It just feels a little bit otherworldly when Phil Collins sings, especially these types of songs. Yeah, it was just such a beautiful, beautiful song. Before I go into the lyrics, I just need to go back to that point where it started transitioning into the instrumental section. So I think it was about 4 minutes in. Let's start from there. I mean, you just know when that starts. It's like when you can see the weather coming in and those clouds are rolling over, and it's not violent storm. It's just that kind of dark, wet, claustrophobic weather, the rain, and that's how it made me feel with just this part. Beautiful piano, absolutely amazing piano. So we have like this beautiful dark piano, then the melancholy strings of Steve. I'm assuming it's Steve Hackett. Sounds very Hackett-esque. This melancholy strings start to come in, and they're pulling on your emotion already. And then you have that little bit of keys and and even though I think it's just kind of meant to build us to the next level of the instrumental. There's something quite optimistic and hopeful about that sound, and even though it was a very fleeting, moments of sadness, I also kind of felt emotion because it felt then optimistic. I absolutely love. It's beautiful that that very melancholy guitar by Hackett. It sort of layers along with that very delicate keyboard sound just underneath, like rippling along underneath, or just out. It's not. I think any choir training wouldn't be effective, but just at the volume that it was at, it's just like a beautiful accompaniment for Steve Hackett's guitar there. I mean, I'm no musician, it's just how I feel about it. Again, it kind of like we kind of feel it building again. And they do this fantastically when they kind of take something and it starts off very quietly, then they build it, and they kind of bring you back down, then they build it again, bring you back down. It's like the anticipation of watching I don't know, just some amazing feat of magic or something that you kind of know that you haven't quite hit that point when you get the finale of the trick. It's absolutely beautiful. I feel so. I love what I'm hearing so far. I love what I'm hearing. And the drums are coming in. Again, it's that hopeful, hopeful sound. I was just it's a keyboard, it's synths or something. So we had a piano, which was like kind of made us feel quite sad. We had the guitar, which was very quite melancholy, and also the piano doubled up for me, just that kind of rolling in of the dark clouds and storm. And then we have a keyboard, which is feels optimistic. It's like the cloud things are brightening up, the clouds are moving, and you know where we were at before. You know, with maybe that depressed point we're at, it's starting to lift a bit. It feels it's quite hopeful at this point. So yeah, by that point, it kind of felt it was getting very much more positive. So I'm going to look at the lyrics now, and bearing in mind that I did note that there was a poem called Blue Girls by John Crow Ransom about beauty being fleeting. It kind of gave me a bit of a spoiler, to be honest. Blue girls come in every size. Some are wise, and some otherwise. They got pretty blue eyes. For an hour, a man may change. For an hour, her face looks strange. Looks strange, looks strange. Marching to the promised land, where the honey flows and takes you by the hand, pulls you down on your knees. While you're down, a pool appears. The face in the water looks up, and she shakes her head as if to say, that is the last time you look like today. I mean, that's really sad, but beautiful in the same at the same time. And yeah, it's true that you know, when we look in the mirror, we pretty much see the worst possible aspects of ourselves. And I guess the same as if you look into any kind of reflection. I'm very sort of self-critical. I can look in the mirror and I can see the defeat from the day before. Yeah, the anxiety that I felt, the anger and stupid decisions I made that day. I kind of wear it on my face quite a bit. And I love the beginning of that verse because it feels very biblical, marching to a promised land where the honey flows and takes you by the hand, pulls you down on your knees while you're down, a pool appears. That's just beautiful. Sail away, away, ripples never come back. Gone to the other side, sail away, sail away. The face that launched 1,000 ships is sinking fast, that happens, you know. The water gets below, seems not very long ago, lovelier she was than any that I know. The face that launched 1,000 ships, that was Helen of Troy, so it's a reference to that. And what a fantastic line. So the face that launched 1,000 ships, Helen of Troy, is sinking fast, that happens, you know. That's a fantastic analogy. The water gets below, seems not very long ago, lovelier she was than any that I know. The jealous Paul, that I think we're personifying Paul as somebody that's showing you the worst possible side to you and to your image, because the Paul is somehow jealous. I really like that line. My, what a jealous Paul she is. The face in the water looks up. She shakes her head as if to say that the blue girls have all gone away. Man, that was beautiful. The whole track was absolutely bloody amazing. And the great thing about this track is I've kind of forgotten how the different sections were. So it's like I really want to go back and sort of listen to the whole thing again, because there's so many transitions in this, and especially the the different levels it takes us up on the instrumental. That is just, and that is the beauty with a lot of Genesis songs, that you kind of forget what you've just listened to, even though you know something absolutely magical and spiritual. You need to go back and have that tonic again. And even though this is quite a sad song, there were elements in this that I enjoyed the emotional ride, and there were elements in this that also made me feel quite positive. So I really hope you enjoyed that. Please join me in the comments below, and yeah, I look forward to, I love reading comments about Genesis songs. If there's another story behind this, I mean, another connection to this song that I should know about, I would love for you to tell me if there's a deeper meaning to this song, or a story this was actually based on. I would really love to hear that. So yeah, till next time guys, take care of yourselves, have a fabulous day and a great week.